Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. I know, all gone. Welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a 40k battle report. What are battle reports? You buy your models, you build your models, you paint your models, and you put them in a list, an army list, and you play a game for 40k. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. I see you in a minute. Right. So on the very rare occasion, I've actually got my arse in gear and tables ready to be played. So Mark's coming over to me, and it's absolutely freezing. I think it was like -2 or something this morning when I got up to take middle boy to the bus stop for work. Now I'm on a Necron list today. You would have seen from the fun now. It's Necrons versus Space Wolves. Now the reason it's Necrons versus Space Wolves, when Mark was prepping for the GT's Ornament, he had a Space Wolf list originally. Okay, so I made this Necron list. I made 2 Necron lists. This is one of them. It's a very aggressive list, I think anyway. I made this list to go up against them. Then there was a date change and a points cost change and everything else. So the Space Wolf cavalry, with the formation he had, he was going to be over in points, and he didn't know what to do. That's why he switched to Drukhari. But I told him about this list, and he was like, "Well, I'd be interested in." Sorry, no. He's got a Blood Angel army he's putting together. So I said, "Well, look, here's the Necron list I was going to throw at the Space Wolves. For the tournament." And he said, "Well, I haven't finished Blood Angel list yet, but I'd like to throw the Space Wolves against them, see, just to see how they can get on." I said, "Yeah, no problem." So that's why it's Necrons versus Space Wolves. It was going to be Blood Angels, but he's not quite ready yet, so he said, let me throw them against him. The same way that the Demon list that faced the Grey Knights a couple of weeks ago, that list was designed for Drukhari before the tournament to help him, to give him a real challenge, but there wasn't enough time to do that. So even with that, he said, "I'd like to, have a go against them with my list and, see how they get on. This is an interesting game." But this is an interesting list for me. It's totally out of my comfort zone, so to speak. There is no Necron warriors, no immortals, no plasmancers. I have a host of heroes, HQs, and I'll bring you down and show you, but I will say this is out of my comfort zone. Now I'm going with the Hypercroft Legion. I want to try and do the different detachments, even with the Space Marines, and all of them. Just try and do different detachments and see how they work. Normally I go Kinetic Cult, so I love that detachment. I have done the Destroy Cults before and actually found that really interesting, but I just didn't find the ability that the detachment gives to them really much of use to me. However, that's because I wasn't playing Scorpion Destroyers properly. When I bring you down and show you my list, I'll explain to you why. But anyway, I'll bring you down and show you the list. Right, so 2,000 points. I have a Scorpion Destroyer Lord. He has an enhancement that gives his ability Deep Strike. Okay. So there's six Scorpion Destroyers here. Now, the reason I wasn't playing these properly, these guys have to get the charge. When they charge in, he's leading them. He does impact hits. I roll a d6. On a 2 to 5, it's d3 mortal wounds. And roll of a 6, it's d3 plus 3 mortal wounds. So if we can get a charge into a Thunderwolf cavalry unit, if he can roll a 6 on his impacts, he can actually kill one of them straight away. So which is handy. Sword Destroyers have, I think it's 3 attacks each or 4 attacks each, something like that. He gives them lethal hits as well. When they're in combat, they get to re-roll hit rolls of 1. Okay. If they've charged that turn, they get to re-roll the whole hit roll. So if we get a charge on him, I can roll to hit first of all. His lethal hits then, that's what I'm looking for, the first one. Re-rolling the hits after that, just for fishing maybe for a couple more 6s, but the rest of it is just normal hits. And they can also, at the beginning of the combat phase, activate one of his Plasmancers, which gives them devastating wounds. because he's part of the unit, he'll get it as well. So you have lethal hits, death wounds if I activate that, and he gets re-rolled to hit if they make the charge. So that is the way I should have been running them, but I wasn't. I was just, moving them forward and not really paying much attention, just trying to get them into combat, but not, overly exerting myself. So that's a nice unit there. Okay, I think that's 180 points for these 6, and I think he's 100 something points. I think he is with his enhancement. I have 5 death marks. I have these 3 alternative sculpts for these Scorpion Destroyers, but I'm going to be running them as these guys today. So these guys have the ability at the end of the enemy movement phase, if not engage, at the end of the enemy turn, if they're not in engagement range with one or more enemy units, they can be lifted and come down in my next turn. Yeah, because they have deep strike, which is great. I have another Scorpion Destroyer Lord. He has the enhancement that allows me to lift an extra unit. So 2,000 point game, Hypercroft Legion, I can take 3 units off the table and his turn. He makes it 4. They have the ability to do it anyway, so there's 5 units I could lift off the table. I have 2 Hexmark Destroyers. One's going to be starting in Deep Strike, just to come down and start giving me like sort of secondaries and stuff like that if they can. The other one has a special plan, but I'll run into that in a second. I have unit of Flayed ones. Always take unit infiltrators if you can, no matter what army you play, because they can be tucked up somewhere and just start scoring points on an objective for you. If they're hard to get to and if they're ignored, they can just keep on scoring points for you. I have Mark's favourite, which is Annihilation Barge. This goes hand in hand with the plan for the Death Marks, which I'll go into in a minute. I have Transcendent Catan, Bob. I have the Nightbringer. And I have the other Transcendent Catan, Stephen. And I have the Void Dragon. Now, I think that is a very, very aggressive list. I think it is totally outside my comfort zone, because usually I'd have Warriors and Immortals and Doomsday Ark maybe, and some Canaptic Doomstalkers and stuff like that. But there isn't any of that today. Now, my initial plan is to hide as much as I can. Let me show you. This is the table, set up for the table. There isn't much in terms of the way of cover, because it's all, I think Mark's running the detachment. I can't remember what Space Marine detachment it is, but it's the one that gives you, you can charge on a turn that you advance or fall back. I think that's the one that he's running. So he's going to want to move across the table as fast as he can. I'm going to oblige him with his plan. And what my initial plan is, the Flayed ones will infiltrate on an objective or close to objectives, just to try and start scoring me points, go unnoticed. One Hexmark Destroyer is going to come forward because he's a lone operative, so he has to be within 12 inches to target him. Okay, he can fire over Overwatch stratagem for 0 CP. He has, I think, 6 shots, and he hits on 2s even on Overwatch, so that's quite tasty. But the plan is to try and goad him forward. So instead of him coming up in a big mass of units, and I have to stretch my forces to deal with them, I want to try and bring him, just bring a unit forward and then just swamp that unit and deal with it. And then lift units, bring them down next turn, swamp another unit. That's what I'm planning. Now, the Death Marks and the Annihilation Barge, I'm thinking of setting them up somewhere here. So they've got good lines of sight across most of the table. That's really the only 2 long-range sort of weaponry I have. I think their range is 36 inches with precision, which is nice, and heavy, so if they don't move, they get to +1 to hit. And I think his is roughly the same, so I think it's 24 inches for the blaster underneath, or the Gauss cannon, I think it's called. And I think the one on top is 36 inches, the Annihilator gun. Again, with the Annihilator gun, I target an enemy unit, do my hits on them as normal, then I roll d6. On a 5+, that unit takes d3 mortal wounds. Also, I roll d6 for any enemy unit within 3 inches of that unit, and they will also take, on a 5+, d3 mortal wounds. So if I can pepper him with that and start causing a few mortal wounds, nick 1 or 2 of them off if I can with the normal weapons, that's great. Death Marks, I want to try and sniper his heroes. because they have precision. You know, that's my initial plan. If I can panic him and get him to move forward, or if he moves them forward and fails his charge, I can then just swamp into him. But anyway, Mark's going to come over. We're going to set up, roll for first turn, all that sort of stuff, and then I'll go through his list. This is going to be a very slobber knocker of a game. I think that if my units get a charge on him, there's a good chance I'm going to destroy him. If he gets a charge on me, if he charges one of the Catan, I think there's a good chance he could one-shot it with the vulnerable cavalry, because they are very, very tasty. But anyway, wait for him to get over here.
Okay, so it's very simple today. I have 3 squads of 10 Wolfen. 1 is in reserves. I have 3 squads of 6 Thunderwolf cavalry. 1 is in reserves. I have Wolfguard battle leader for each of those squads, which gives the squads lethal hits. Yeah. And then the one that's in reserves has an ability that I can arrive a turn earlier than I normally would. So I can basically arrive turn 1 from strat reserves. And then I have Logan Grimnar on Storm Rider. I have a Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf, and then I just have a unit of I have a unit of infiltrators, and I have a unit of scouts. That's it. Okay.
And I go in first, which is handy because I can try and block out him from getting in his first turn.
You got 2 really good things as well. So you got engage in all fronts.
Yeah.
And containment. So engage in all fronts is be in table quarters. So you actually already have that if you just move those. What you call them?
Blade ones. Yeah.
Bring everyone up. So you're in 1, 2, 3. You're not likely to get into the 4th one, but it's 2 points for being in 3 table quarters. And the containment is do actions on objectives. On battlefield edges. So you just have to get outside your deployment zone.
Yeah.
So they can do it.
Yeah.
And then he can do it if you want it as well. Yeah. You have to get outside your deployment zone and be within 9 inches of a table edge, and you score 6 points for that.
Yeah.
So you can score a very, very easy 8 points in your first turn without actually having
This sounds very familiar to a few games ago, wasn't it? When I was...
Yeah, but you always forget about scoring points and then just start trying to kill things.
Okay, so I got the first turn, so I'm going to move the guys forward, and then I have a little bit of shooting.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a proper slobber knocker.
It's going to be a quick turn, I think.
So this is a very eventful first turn for me. Death Marks move forward to make sure they're all in range to target the Thunderwolves. We shot at them with precision, and actually the
4 wounds.
4 wounds calls them the Lord. So the Void Dragon moved over there to stop him from coming in. Hexmark moved up to do an action. These guys moved up to do an action over here, and Mark rapid ingressed with the Thunderwolf cavalry there. So now we're on to Mark's turn 1. Right, so Mark's turn 1. These come forward and destroyed the flayed ones with ease. These guys come through and just wiped out the Death Marks. And these guys went through the Void Dragon, killed him. So now it's end of Mark's turn. I'm going to decide what I'm going to lift and what I'm going to leave there, and then I'm going to go on to my turn 2.
So you did secure no man's land. You controlled 1.
That was a slobber knocker of a turn. Let me run you through what happened. Move forward with the Scorpion Destroyers. Move these guys ready to charge in. As soon as I moved the other guys forward to get ready to charge the Thunderwolf cavalry over here, Mark played a stratagem to come forward, and it tagged the Transcendent Catan and that unit. I then had to charge with Nightbringer and Hexmark into them. Mark killed that unit. We murdered a lot of those Thunderwolves. The Scorpion Destroyers here murdered the unit by themselves, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then I consolidated in, and Mark's hit Lord on there, just murdered four Scorpion Destroyers by himself. So it was a very, as Mark just said, a very rough turn for both of us, rough, combat area for both of us. So we're going into Mark's turn 2 now. Still has a lot left down here still with Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's a Catan. It's just going to be a problem.
Oh, I've got one more thing to do with the Nightbringer, his ability.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so Mark's movement. These guys advanced up because they can advance, charge, all the rest of guns. These guys came up by the hex mark. You thought twice about these guys coming forward. These guys fell back out of combat, ready to charge in again. He fell out of combat from here, so move over here. Now Mark's about to do shooting these guys into these guys, which is off target. So there's some insane number of dice.
So 10. There's no blast here, yeah. 1, 2, 3. So that's 16, 15,
31.
31.
31 shots.
Okay, so we'll just roll this 3 times, yeah?
Yeah.
Plus 1. So it's hitting on 5.
Yeah.
So 5 so far. 7 so far. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then the other 2, the other 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So 13 total.
13, yeah.
It's toughness.
Toughness 6.
Let's say 5s. 2.
Oh
AP
my
nothing.
goodness me.
Yeah, it doesn't. It never really does a huge amount.
So 3 up armor save. It still went through.
Still goes through.
Damage.
1 wound each.
So 1 guy's down to a wound.
Okay, and then this squad here, he has stealth, does he?
He does. So they'll double check for you. No, deep strike and lone operative.
Okay. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to do my charges.
Okay.
So I will activate Logan's ability.
Of course you will, yeah.
Reroll charges and reroll hits for everyone for the turn.
Is that wounds as well or just hits?
Just hits.
Okay.
So here is in.
Yeah.
There is
In.
Into the hex mark over there.
Yeah.
Is in.
And this dude?
He went in. I rolled for him as well, so he's in. Cool. So you have CP to interrupt, don't you?
I do.
Yeah. Cool. He goes into him. There you go. Into here. Cool. No lethals anymore. And this is strength 10.
This is combat here.
Yeah.
This is against the Lord, yeah?
Yeah.
Toughness 7.
So 3s. And then I'll use his ability for his free CP reroll on one of these. Nope. Cool. So 3.
AP. That's 4 plus invulnerable. Oh, he
Cool.
loves it.
3 damage.
So he's down to 4 wounds.
There hits. And 3 wounds. Sorry, 2 saves, AP 1.
So 4 plus anyway. So another 2.
2 damage each, yeah.
So that's 4.
Yeah.
So he's dead. So I did the right thing of heroically intervening, but just...
Yeah. Attacks.
This is where we're going now. 40 attacks, did you say?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'll go over there for. I'll go into that one first.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is this. And we'll just. This is 10 dice. Yeah. So 40 attacks into that squad. 3s, strength 6. So the
Toughness 6.
toughness 6. So 3s and 4s. Two wounds. Oh, I have rerolls to hit. I had 5 misses the last time round, so I'll just go back and we'll do those 5 in a second. They all hit. 4s. So 3 more. These are the reroll hits from the first one. 3s. one more.
So 6 so far.
There's 7, so 13.
Yep.
Wounds, please.
Jesus.
81.
So they just massacred that. Failed a lot of the same throws.
Oh,
but
sorry, yeah. This is done. I want to do I never brought people in from Missouri.
I don't think the Hexmark's going to survive that, Mark.
No, I don't think so. Do you want to lift him, or we should see what one looks like? Strength 6, so
It's toughness 5, so I think.
threes. This is the first of 10.
How many
This is
is
the
it?
first of 4. That's 6 AP ones to 4.
So he takes 2.
Yeah, so I have to do another. I could whiff this whole thing. Another 3.
But there's still the 2s and 1s.
Fails 1.
So AP minus 1, yeah?
AP 1, yeah.
2 damage, 2 damage each, yeah?
Yeah. And then the hex mark down in the corner there.
He's not going to survive that.
This is the power fist on the lower on the captain.
Rerolls.
Reroll hits. And then 3s. That's AP 2
For 3 damage each.
and 3 damage each.
Yeah, here's a.
That's the final.
Yeah, how many is it?
3.
No, dead.
And then his wolf.
He's dead.
No, he has 4 wounds. He has 5 wounds, doesn't he?
Yeah, 3 damage each.
Yeah, and it's 2 damage. Oh, it is 3 damage each
Yeah,
because I charged. Yeah.
So Hex, as you saw, Hexmark's been killed. He done his attacks because he heroically intervened and killed the Lord. I think so far, 2 Thunderwolf Cavalry units
Dead.
have almost been yeah, one's still alive, but it's decimated. I think that's very good going.
No, it is. It's like
Usually they just run all over me and just trample me to bits. So going into my turn 3 now.
yeah. So what did I have to do in that turn?
So Nightbringer charged, failed the charge, command point reroll, made it with an 11, and killed the Wolf Lord. Bob charged in, killed one guy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
After all these attacks, one guy killed
3 wounds back.
and took 3 back. Now into Mark's turn 3.
Yeah.
As Mark said to me, model count isn't high, but there is some horrible things to deal with. So when they hang in there, hopefully we can keep chipping these units down.
Do you want to get rid of overwhelming force? Kill things on objectives?
Yeah,
or...
yeah, might as well.
CP.
So, this is Mark shooting into Catan. There's so much. Let me just run through what happened.
4.
These guys fell back from him. They came forward, ready to charge in. These guys advanced up. These guys advanced up. So now Mark's shooting into the Catan to try and kill him. Well, to wound him down so that the guys can finish him easy.
35 is half of that is 17, isn't it? 12,
No, it's 17 and a half.
14. I'll add 1 on the second row. Okay.
Yep.
This is 5s. 4 rerolls.
This is rerolls because it's over moment target.
Yeah, so that's 4, 8 hits.
Yep.
And I've added that one in.
Yep.
8, 15. 18. It's
Out of 34, was it?
35.
Sorry, out of 35.
It's above average. And then this is 6. What?
One save. AP?
No, so it's
4 plus.
and then a 5 up.
I still
Honestly, to take a wound off the Catan, it's worth it.
still took a wound off him.
And the lads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
These guys, yeah?
Yeah.
6 of them.
Oh no, they fell back.
Could they not shoot and...
The salt doesn't give you fall back and shoot.
No,
It just gives you advance and shoot.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they fell back and shoot.
You have a wolf run now.
No, I don't care about that. I'm gonna grenades with Logan's squad.
Into the Mr. Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fours.
One.
1. So actually, I need to check grenade strat because I think I might say something.
Okay, so that's cancelled because Mike just checked it. You can't do it with your advance or fullback. So
Okay, Wolfen charging this.
the Annihilation Barge, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine so 3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah. So they'll be in. And they'll wrap it.
They don't want to charge the Nightbringer, do they?
These guys.
Yeah.
No, they're actually quite happy just hanging around him. It's like they like just being in his vicinity. I'm going to play the strat to give lethals.
They don't have lethals anyway.
Not lethals, lance.
Lance. Okay.
To me, I'll wound on 5s then.
Yeah.
Which... Yeah.
Could be the game changer.
I think this is the best chance of killing a Catan this turn. He's still going to be there at the end of it. He's still going to be there, so... Yeah. Yeah, so these guys went in.
Right, so I'm going to record all of this because this is pretty much going to be... It's either going to be the end of the game, you know, total, you know, army destruction, or it's going to be a big whiff and it's going to be me to slap back and destroy. So where do you want to start first?
I'm going to start here.
Yep, with Grimnar and co.
I don't... This isn't my other moment, I know, but it's where I have my lance thing. How much CP do you have?
I think 2, I think.
You have 2, so you can interrupt. So Logan,
So I can interrupt. If I interrupt, that means he fights first, yeah?
you can only interrupt after the first fight. After the
first, yeah.
after the
Okay.
first combat happens.
Okay.
So the first combat happens, and then you have the ability to interrupt. So I am Rex. So 2s.
Nice.
Lethal.
Yeah.
Okay. And then these are strength 8, so it'll be 4s. Because of lance.
Yeah, sorry.
So 4. AP 2.
4 plus is vulnerable.
1, so that's 3 damage.
5 plus 1 I paint. So 1 goes through. So he's taken 1 so far.
And then Logan's Wolves. One lethal. 5s. No, 1 lethal.
Do they get a +1 for Lance?
Yeah, but it would have been 5. It would have needed. They're strength 5.
Okay.
Where he was strength 4. So,
4 plus is vulnerable?
Yeah.
Loves it.
okay. This is the leader. All hit. And 4s. 1 wound.
4 plus is vulnerable. Damage?
3, 2, 2. No, yeah. 3. 2, because he's strength. He's 2 damage, which goes to 1 and then back up to 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so
5 plus for no pain. So another one taken.
With his wolf, 2 lethals.
4 plus.
4
Damage.
So that's 4. That's 2 damage each.
So they go down.
No, it's as in it's 1 damage that gets halved and then back up, rounded back up and then plus 1. So it's 4 damage from the wolves.
That's 4 damage taken.
The wolves always end up doing more fucking damage.
So now he's taken 6 wounds.
Is the rest of the wolves?
Wolves, yeah?
Yeah. Not the riders. 5 lethal. And then these are 5s. So 5 lethals, so
4 plus. And then damage.
2 each.
2, 4, 6, 8.
That's 8 damage, isn't it?
Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 taken. That takes him to 11 wounds taken. He's got 1 wound left.
Cool. And these are the riders. So 2 lethal. And then 3s.
You went to re-roll them, didn't you?
I'm about to do it, yeah.
There's another 2 there.
Yeah. And this is 5s.
You're so used to Dracari re-rolling and all that sort of business.
No, I'm used to having my ultimate moment on for this. So that's 6, please. 4 ups and then 2 damage each. So 6 damage. Do I re-roll one?
2 damage each, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's 4 damage.
That'd be 4 damage. Do I re-roll one of the saves?
Yeah, come on, point re-roll that. Nice. So it's just 2.
2. And then
I need both of these. No.
Does he blow?
Does he explode? No.
There?
We're going to here, yeah?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9. So 4 each. You can't interrupt now because you used that CP.
Yeah.
But I think it was worth it. Just if you could have kept him alive, the swing back would have been.
Yeah.
So 9. So that's 5, and I'll do this again. I'll take 4 out for the next bit. So I do have rerolls here now.
Yeah, because he's the target.
So this is 3s. It's so sad when my 6s don't mean anything.
It's annoying. Especially when you play an army where the 6s are, there's a lot of things that the 6s
Especially
mean.
if I was playing Champions of Rust.
Yeah.
It would be sustained and lethal for the whole army. And this is 5s. So strength 6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How many is that?
That is 7.
And you've got to take 4 dice out and roll all again.
Do it again. So 7 so far?
Yep. You can re-roll those because...
5s. Ooh.
That's not good. So minus 6s and 5s are rolling there.
So 7 is 13.
Right, so 4 plus invulnerable saves.
Basically, yeah.
13 dice. And damage is 1.
1 each, yeah, after you have it.
So I need to 5 plus now for no pain. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's down to 1 wound left. Not bad. Not bad.
Cool. And now the super down from the top ropes. The 10 Wolfen into
The Annihilation
the
Barge.
Annihilation Barge.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to last too well.
Honestly, I just needed to keep that the 2 lads in combat so they can't be lifted.
Yeah.
Like that was at the moment, like, and I just need to keep them there long enough to get my fucking other lads over. My what you call it, Logan and friends over. Oh, I get a CP for Logan's unit killing a character. Yeah, so this is 3s, rerolls. And then into the barges.
Toughness 8.
Toughness 8, so 5.
No one.
Cool. So 5.
This is 8. Oh, sorry.
No, same again. I got 4, wasn't it, so far?
You're on 5 so far.
5 so far. $10, 12.
Right, so 12 saves, 4 plus. Vulnerable. He loves it.
He's loaded enough though.
Damage each, 1 each, yeah?
2 each.
On Wolfen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's just Catan, isn't he?
He has
He's
9
got 9 wounds, yeah.
Grand.
So
Alright,
he's
well,
down to
he
1. He's down
survives
to,
on 1.
yeah. So he's on a wound.
Yeah.
He's on a wound. The Nightbringer's dead. No, you got these guys.
6 lads went into him, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's 6 guys in there. So is that all the dice you need, or you roll more again?
This is everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is 3s. You see how if this was champions and I had the lethal.
I know. And sustained.
Well, and yeah, well the lethal more so getting all those wounds through would be fucking devastating. And then look how many wounds I've dropped now because of that. Not having lethal on them. So 6.
4 plus invulnerable.
Above 4 plus you can through.
And then
1 damage each, yeah.
5 plus. No pain.
You fucking made up for that damage. Nice.
So he takes 1.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to do my step back.
He's on I think his base is the wrong size, dude. I think he's supposed to be on I've seen it before. He's on like a tiny fucking like a 32mm base, which would actually, if I've seen it, it would mean I wouldn't be able to get as many things into contact with him.
You think he's on a base that's too big?
Yeah.
I thought it was a 40mm. We'll check it afterwards. I thought it was.
Well, that's more than a 40mm. That's like a 50mm that you have on.
Oh, it might be a 50mm then. I don't know. I swear I looked it up and it was.
It's 50 you have him on. But I'm pretty sure he's on a smaller base now because I've looked at it before. I've been like, that's a disgustingly small base.
Yeah.
For such a dangerous character. Anyway, slap back.
Yep. Right. So he killed a few. He's only got 1 wound left. Annihilation Barge only has 1 wound left. And Stephen over there kills a couple. And I think that's pretty much going to be the game, Mark.
I think we'll play it out.
You want to play it out?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go into my turn 4 now.
Yeah. This is the last time the Wolves are going to be here for a long time, I think, so.
Okay.
So Blood Angels player after this, John.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find something else in the Blood Age army to annoy me with, like you do in Thunderwolf Cavalry.
Oh, you met my death company?
Right, so I do reanimation protocols and then start this whole shebang off. Right, so there's only 15%
They're going to go into there.
15% battery left on the camera. It's going to go in a minute. So we're going to play this out off camera. But the initial plan is these guys are coming to join the party. He only has 3 wounds. He has 2 wounds. It's combat phase now, my turn. Mark's going first because I'm going combats. And I suspect that I expect there's only going to be Stephen left after you attack. So anyway, I'll come back and let you know what happened. Well, That is how you start dealing with Thunderwolf Cavalry. That was very intense, very, you know, I say fast paced. It was a longest game. Mate, there's a lot to digest here. First of all, the Ophiodon Destroyers, I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. Did nothing. I know he got the drop on them and wiped them out, but maybe my first turn. Also, you know, I went first, so maybe his first turn, I should have lifted the Void Dragon and all those guys over there, so he would have had a unit out of position. But they are very fast moving. But I cocked up because I thought the Void Dragon and the Deceiver had Deep Strike. They don't. It's only the Transcendent Catans that have Deep Strike. So, but that's my mistake for not looking properly. But still, they, you know, first turn, you know, he got in and he one-shotted the Void Dragon. Now, how did he get into to do that? I moved the Void Dragon out because he had the unit of Thunderwolf Cavalry with the enhancement that allows them to arrive from Deep Strike a turn earlier. So turn 1 they can come in from. So I moved him out thinking he's a Deep Strike in, not realising that they can't Deep Strike. They can only come in from a table edge. So he had to rapid ingress him in. Into my turn, into my movement phase, which meant that, you know, they were halfway up the table already. So they were able to get onto the Void Dragon straight away. Now, that's unfortunate, but also when he deployed his unit of Thunderwolf Cavalry in the middle of the table, I was able to move death marks up to get them all in range and sniper his, I think it was his Warlord, sniper in, you know, with their position and done quite a lot of damage to him. The Annihilation Barge, you know, it doesn't, against Space Wolves, or Space Marines in general probably, it doesn't do as much damage as you want it to, but it is an annoying thing that you can't take the risk of bunching units up together, because if it hits one, and, you know, I roll a 5+ and get the mortal wounds on it, and then I start doing mortal wounds on the units around it, those units start dwindling down, even though they're not being targeted. So it is an annoyance in that way, but my plan sort of worked. I did draw him straight forward. Now, it got to a point where I just had, the Scorpec Destroyers that charged in with the Lord. Absolutely done. Fantastic work there. Fantastic work. Unfortunately, the Wolfring came in afterwards and just messed them up really bad. But that is I like that. I think that unit now with the Lord is starting to become a mainstay choice for me in a Necron list, just because they can do quite a lot of damage. And I suppose even if I put them in to reserves, they can't deep strike in any other detachment unless it's this detachment with that enhancement. But I could rapid ingress them in the same way he done with the Thunderwolves, and then just move them up and charge in. 8-inch movement, so they do move quite fast. Especially if I come in 9 inches away, or 10 or 11 inches away, I can then just move forward 8, and I'm ready to charge them. But anyway, there was a point in the game. I'm not going to waffle on about it too much, but there's a point in the game I had towards the end of the game. I had the 2 Transcendent Catans and the Annihilation Barge. At that point, my plan was simple, because all he had was the 3 units of Wolfren. They weren't even full strength. Unit of Thunderwolf Cavalry with Grimnar, which is a pain in the arse. Infiltrators and the Scouts. So the plan was to kill the Wolfren, okay, and then move the teleport the Transcendent Catans across the table. One to deal with the Scouts, shoot them. The other one to deal with the Infiltrators, shoot them. Probably wouldn't have killed them all in one turn, but would have crippled them down enough that I could then move forward and charge them, and then just teleport them onto objectives and just sit there scoring points, maybe getting a shot for 2, something like that. and try to push the game, you know, or not even push the game, but try to draw him over towards one of them, and then you know, teleport over and start smashing them to bits and try and table him. That was the plan at that point in the game. But Bob fell down to the Wolfrun, which absolutely had devastating combat. Annihilation Barge fell, and it was just Stephen left. There was too much for him to try and deal with on his own. He wouldn't be able to kill all of that. Even if he was lucky and killed one unit a turn, there was still not enough turns to you know, to table him. Which unfortunately, you know, that happens. But I think there's one thing, I have to check it with Mark, but I think one thing he forgot was that I think the Wolfrun fight on death in combat. I think so. Which I think he forgot about. But like, you know, didn't need it in the end. But I thoroughly enjoyed this game. And this list, I said, is very, very aggressive. I want to try different lists and different armies. I've got some more Outriders to put together, and a few other bits to put over. Too excited now. A few other bits and pieces to put together for the Space Marines, to maybe try and run a Ravenwing list, or you know, try and look at other lists that I can do for the Space Marines, because I run the same list twice now, and I do like that list, but I think dropping Infiltrating 10 Terminators on the table is fantastic. But anyway, very good game today. It's always a great game when playing against Mark, but it's a very good game today. Anyway guys, if you're seeing this for the first time, you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. And it is an amazing community we have here. Any comments or anything, chuck them below. Any, you know, things you want to ask me about my list, or anything you want to comment about my list, chuck them below. Anything about Mark's list, again, chuck them below. I think the only thing I would change in this list if I was running it again, I would probably drop those guys, and I'd probably run them as Scorpion Destroyers, and just put the Lord with them. I think that's really the only thing, because I think everything else is okay. I mean, it could probably do with a big block of warriors or something, just to annoy him and push up on the table. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Comments below as always. Until next time, take it easy.